Thank you for staying with us. It's time now to take a look at stories making headlines on Nigerian newspapers. And I begin with the First News newspaper. Labour Party in the throes of fresh crisis. As party, Peter Obi campaign organization bicker over unveiling of campaign council. A party not officially involved in planning, yet to approve program, list of presidential campaign council members due to unresolved issues. Sources allege marginalization of the North in Constitution Campaign Council. No cause for alarm. Thursday's National Working Committee meeting will iron out issues. Labour Party reacting. Real reason I've yet to release my manifesto. Peter Obi speaking there. You'll find all of the details on the front page of the First News newspaper. And to the front page of the Daily Times, again, Buhari vows to hand over a secured Nigeria in 2023. Confers national honors on 443 Nigerians, said 7 foreigners, says citizens who contribute to national development deserve appreciation. And we move now to the front page of the Nigerian News Direct. I will root out banditry, hand over peaceful Nigeria in 2023. Buhari confers national honors and 447 Nigerians, foreign nationals. PDP congratulates party bigwigs conferred with honors, says conferment call to duty. All right, we move now to the front page of this Nigeria. It says Buhari vows to end insecurity before May the 29th. Confers national honor on 448 Nigerians, 7 foreigners. Love the details on the front page of this Nigerian newspaper. To the Nation newspaper now. I'll leave a secured country, Buhari assures Nigerians. President confers national honors on 433 Nigerians, 7 foreigners. And to the front page of The Guardian, honors, Buhari decorates Lawan, Okonjo-Iweala, UN scribe, others, says citizens who contribute to nation deserve appreciation. Akume, 5,000 nominees were pruned to 447 awardees. Honors award is called to more responsibility, says Lawan. A lawyer describes inclusion of education minister in honors list as scandalous. PDP hails Okowa, other party leaders. Mike.
And on this side, we're starting with This Day. Excuse me. This Day newspaper says, Buhari saying, citizens who contribute to national development deserve to be appreciated. That is what This Day newspaper has in there. From there, let's go to the Daily Trust. National honors not for decoration, Buhari tells recipients. National honors not for decoration, Buhari tells recipients. And I like the way one of the recipients said, this is more work. In fact, it's going to challenge me to work more. We move now to Leadership newspaper. In fresh overtures, Atiku recruits ex-PDP governors, leaders to pacify Wike's camp. Atiku recruits ex-PDP governors, leaders to pacify Wike's camp. That's what the Leadership newspaper has in there. And then let's move to the Punch newspaper. Punch newspaper says presidential fleet funding rises to 81 billion naira under Buhari. Presidential fleet funding rises to 81 billion naira under Buhari. President fails to uphold pledge to reduce aircraft. And budgets for Aso Villa refreshments jump to 2 billion naira. And Nigeria overborrowing to fund non-essential items. Dons are saying that. Some people, experts are, debating that conversation. From there, let's go to Nigerian Tribune. Nigerian Tribune says how Nigerian doctors, other foreigners are exploited in UK. The BBC report is saying this, how Nigerian doctors, other foreigners are exploited in the UK. Okay. The report came out yesterday where some doctors complained of working without rest and so on. Now, you can get more details there. That's Nigerian Tribune. Let's go to Nature News. Nature News says 1.5 million oil palm seedlings distributed to 1,500 farmers in Delta states. 1.5 million oil palm seedlings distributed to 1,500 farmers in Delta State. From there, let's go to Business Day, which is the last one I'm seeing now. Private equity investors chase fast-growing businesses to hedge forex inflation risk, right? That's what Business Day has. Private equity investors chase fast-growing businesses. Okay, Veronica.
All right, so let's look at the story. It's on a majority of the papers this morning, talking about the president reiterating his stance with regards to ending insecurity before he leaves office, that he intends to deliver a secured Nigeria to the next administration. Recall that he also made a similar statement in his October the 1st speech, where he talked about addressing matters of security. And in the last few months, we've seen some showing from the military with regards to addressing these issues. Recall, we have seen them talk about getting some persons, some insurgents, killing some of their leaders. And, we've seen some showing from the military, so to speak, that we haven't seen in the last few years, that a lot of Nigerians have been calling for government's action with regards to security. But then again, he's saying this. Can the government or the president deliver before May the 29th?
Yeah, it is like we've talked about this thing several times on the program, where when we talk about security architecture, it's not a building somewhere. The architecture is the network of security, how the DSS works in relationship to the NIA, how that works in relationship to the police, how that works in relationship to the military, how that works in relationship with even the EFCC and all of that, because they are all networked in the architecture. Yeah. Immigration, customs, they're all involved somehow in the chain of things. So when it comes to being professional, all these people are well trained, they know the routine, they know the templates, they know what to do. The difference sometimes is the will from the leadership, as well as ensuring that everybody on that chain works according to the complementary standards, that another person works and passes an information to you, and then you follow it up that way and all of that without leaking it or without sabotaging it. So when it comes to the Nigerian military or army or government weeding out banditry or terrorism before May 29th, 2023, it is very possible, and in fact, it is over possible, because we have what it takes to do that. All the while, we have always been saying that if the Nigerian military or security agencies want to weed this thing out, they know what to do, because they have all the information, where these people are. In fact, where we often refer to as ungoverned spaces.
Yes.
It may be ungoverned, where you don't see local government secretariat there, or the chairman there every day, or the governor doesn't come there every day, or the president doesn't come there every day, or you don't see a police post. We may call it ungoverned space. But the agencies know what happens if they want to know what happens.
Right.
So the government has the capacity and what it takes. The difference is the will. But in the last few months, 1-2 months, we've been seeing a lot of success stories of what the military is doing. How they are arresting terrorists, their leaders and their network, bombing places and all of that, rescuing those who were kidnapped. So it tells you that, in fact, some persons were like, okay, so why didn't you do this all the while?
Why did we have to wait do this towards the end of your tenure?
But the point there is, he only tells you that we have what it takes to do it. There has been constant collaboration between the Nigerian military and the security agencies with the United States, with Israel, with Britain, with Europe. We have all been working together. And then besides that, when it comes to military hardware, we've been importing...
We have that. In fact, the president even said that in the past 38 years,
exactly,
it is his administration that has done a lot with regards to
you will commend him for that.
Acquiring military hardware. Yes. But he also acknowledged the fact that the security situation has also evolved. The level of kidnappings and all of that has also, has become a part of all of this situation. Yes, the aspect of banditry has been addressed, but this matter of kidnapping, yes, we just had the release of some of the passengers for the Abuja-Kaduna train passengers, the remaining 23 released, but we are still seeing pockets of kidnappings here and there across the country.
Yes, that may still be around for a little while, because in a situation where, for instance, family members, we've seen instances where family members are involved in the process of kidnapping or even making suggestions to kidnappers for some family members just because they want to get some gratification. We've seen community leaders. We've seen, in fact, some traditional rulers have been arrested in some of the states, in some states where they said they were complicit in the kidnapping process. So when you see people who are supposed to be custodians, people who are supposed to protect, or people who are supposed to raise alarm, are the ones who are involved in the process. Or we've seen instances where military officers, police or soldiers are involved in the process. So it makes it more complicated when someone who is supposed to be the custodian, someone who is supposed to be the one defending, is the one who is facilitating. When you have a situation like that, it becomes more complicated. So we've seen all of these reports have come out where there's this fifth columnist and then sabotage within the system. So, but with time, it's going to be weeded out, because I believe that the echelon of security agencies are also looking into those areas. Some officers have been arrested, some police or even military officers have been arrested, some traditional rulers or politicians have been arrested at different times, and so on. So if that tempo is kept on that way, then it is possible.
And that's where the issue lies. If we'll be able to sustain this, even
it
after
can be sustained. We
his
have
administration.
Yeah, we have
sustenance after his administration.
The next government coming in, whoever the person is, if he doesn't sustain it, because if this government succeeds in weeding out banditry, terrorism, and all of that to a great extent, and you come in and you decide not to sustain it, it is at your own peril, because no government is going to function under insecurity. There were pockets of places in this country where election couldn't take place just because of insecurity. There are places where business and other things couldn't take place, schooling and all of that, because of insecurity. So who takes the blame? The president takes all the ultimate blame.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day. So if a president emerges and he doesn't keep up the tempo or even increase the tempo, and he's at his own peril.
Well, bottom line, it would be in his best interest to increase the tempo. To
keep the tempo that way, exactly, or even increase it.